Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Lois. All right. So thank you, everyone, for coming. We'll just give everyone a few minutes to get here. And then we'll get rolling. We've got... There's Jane. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Judith.
Good to see you.
Where are you working these days?
I'm at 42.
42.
Yep. Good old 42 division.
Uh,
Good to see you. All right. Who else do we got? So we've got, oh, yeah. I'm just admitting people. This lovely world of Zoom. Love it. I think, okay. So who do we got? We've got Jane, we've got Marnie, we've got Aaron, we've got Helen, Marcia, Barbara, Carolyn, Ida, Lois, Michelle, Patty. Beautiful. All right, everyone. So while we're waiting, I just want to say welcome and thank you for coming. So let us all know where you're tuning in from. So just drop it in the chat. We've got a chat group here. And also any questions that you may have throughout the presentation, you can drop it in the chat box as well. So drop it in the chat where you're tuning in from. If you are on, well, we are all live actually. Okay, so once I get onto Facebook, I'm going to say if you're live, we'll drop a hashtag live. If you're on the replay, it's going to be a hashtag replay. Now, if you guys have been in the group, you know that a few days ago, I went to Facebook jail. So I couldn't get on my live. So right now, I'm going to try to connect to our Facebook audience, okay? So bear with me. And yeah, while I'm doing that, you guys just go ahead and drop everything there in the chat. Okay, let's connect, see if we can go live on Facebook. Just trying to connect to live. I'm not sure if we are right now. Bear with me, ladies. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't go live for whatever reason. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. No. All right. So looks like we're not going to be able to go live, and that's okay. Thank you, everyone for your patience. All right. So, all right, let's check out the chat here. Just wanted to see where everyone is tuning in from. Patty from Millbrook. Michelle from Oshawa. Oh, Helen the Spice Lady. Oshawa. Sunny and cool Oshawa. You're lucky we don't have any sun here in Whitby. Barbara from Kingston. Okay. I can be here reading all day. This is awesome, ladies. Okay, perfect. So welcome to the 3-day visibility challenge. I'm your host, Judith Tate. And of course, I'll be with you over the next 3 days. I'm so glad you're here. We'll just go over a couple of things. Now, I want to do a poll just to gauge where we're at. So if everyone can just kind of drop in the chat, what do you hope to get out of this challenge over the next 3 days? Just go ahead and throw it in the chat. Thanks, Erin. Hey, Joanne, you want how to improve visibility and get your offerings out there? Perfect. Carolyn, confidence to put myself out there and ask for my worth without cringing. Love it. Helen, getting a healthy routine to make myself move forward. Awesome. I love this, ladies. Thank you. Keep them coming. More awareness for my online store and reach the correct audience. Lois, to get out of this ridiculous, deep, paralyzing funk I've been in for the past month or two. Great. Love it. Ellen says, yeah, move out of a funk. Barbara, forward momentum and learning new skills, getting out of my own way too. I like that point, Carolyn. Perfect. Marnie says she agrees with everyone. Marnie, all of the above, right? Perfect. That's so much easier. What else? Learning how to get rid of the limiting beliefs that are keeping me from putting myself out there. 100%. Perfect. Well, you know, ladies, based on that, you are all in the right place. Ida says, my internet's unstable. I'll need the recording, hopefully. I can't keep up with the conversation. Oh, that's okay. No worries. No worries. Yeah, my internet's slow too. No worries. I got it. Oh, yeah. So that brings me to the point. If for whatever reason I disappear, stay there. I'll be right back because my internet's been acting really funny over the last few days. So. All right. Excellent. Okay. So we have a few things. Thank you to everyone who participated. in the contest, the giveaway contest. So we have three, it was really close. I had to pick three winners. So our three top winners. I don't know if everyone's here. Okay, do we have, can someone give me a drum roll? Sorry, it's really quiet. I wish I could do a drum roll. Do we have Andrea Liebrock on the call? No? Okay. So Andrea won first place. I'm just going to change it. First place, second place winner is Patty Delosso. Yay!
Yay!
Congrats.
Thank you.
Excellent. And next winner. All right. And our third place winner, I'm not sure, I didn't see her name, but Maria Caruso. Do we have a Maria Caruso here? No? Okay. Well, congratulations, ladies. So I will be in touch with you about what you win. As you could see that we had so many wonderful prizes. And I'm so grateful to everyone who contributed to this contest. And yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting people to this wonderful community. I hope everyone's enjoying the community so far. I'm really enjoying it. It seems like we've got such a wide range of women and experiences and businesses in the community. So that is awesome. Thank you. Okay, so wanted to create a poll, which I did, but it's not showing up on screen. All right. So also drop it in the chat. What are your biggest fears around being seen in your business? Again, I just want to kind of gauge your at. Go ahead and drop that in the chat. Oh. Still letting people in. My apologies, ladies. Hello, everyone. You just joined us.
Hi.
My apologies. You were in the waiting room and I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry. I tried to connect to Facebook Live and I can't connect. It's just not working. But that's okay. You guys registered, so you're here. And actually people can join from the event page anyway. All right. So basically what we've covered, nothing much so far. We just announced the top three winners. So first winner is Andrea Liebrock. Second place winner is Patty Delosso, and third place is Maria Caruso. And two of those people weren't here. I don't think they joined us. Okay. So right now, I'm just doing a poll just to see what's your biggest fear around being visible in your business. Go ahead and just drop that in the chat.
So it takes us to mortgage and title. Da, da, da.
Okay, so I see saying what people want to hear, fear of failure, fear of success. Being ignored. not confident about my looks and my self-worth. Wasting other people's time, judgment, not having clarity, actually starting. I just don't know how to do it. Okay. Perfect. Those are absolutely all valid concerns. And you know, we've all felt this. Okay. So we're just going to get right into it. I'm just going to show my screen, my PowerPoint. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Perfect. Pause for a second. All right. See if you guys can see that. Perfect. So we've done introductions. Day one. So day one, we're going to talk about moving from stuck to six figures, but just a few quick housekeeping rules. Just keep your microphone muted if you're not speaking. Be mindful of background noise. If you are speaking, have your camera on just to show that you're actively engaged in participating. Limit distractions, like your phone or your computer. I had to turn off my notification on my Facebook page because probably kept hearing it ding. Be respectful, kind, and courteous, which I don't think is a concern because we've got an awesome community here. And if you have to leave, no problem. Do so quietly. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so we just did those. I just went through those questions about, you know, what you expect to get out of the workshop. What's your biggest fear around being seen in your business? And yeah, so this workshop is for you if you struggle to reach a wider audience due to your lack of confidence or fear around being seen in your business. And that is a concern that came up times in the chat. You have a great business, but no one knows you're there because they can't hear or see you through all the noise. You definitely don't want to be the best kept secret. Okay, you can have a really good business, but if no one knows you're there, people are not going to be able to buy from you. Okay, they're not going to be able to find you and buy from you, which means you're not going to have any clients, which means you're not generating the revenue that you want. And again, so you're not making the money you want and deserve because you just can't call in that client. And then of course, that leads to frustration, right? And then it just reinforces all those concerns like the fears and the lack of confidence. So you definitely want to come from a position of power and purpose when it comes to being visible in your business. So over the next 3 days, I'm going to teach you, or I'm going to tell you the secrets. Anyone? I just muted. All right. So remember, keep your microphone on mute if, especially if you have dogs. Like I've got a dog. You might hear my dog barking. She's always barking. All right. So for the next 3 days, we're going to go over the secrets that took me from terrified to television. Okay. So the first day is going to be about mindset. So the first step to moving from stuck to six figures and beyond. And what this is basically going to cover, we're going to talk about your mindset, because I know for me to hit six figures in my business, I had to do so much inner work. I had to change my mindset. I was stuck in a mindset that wasn't like a six-figure business owner. All right. So I had to do a lot of work on myself in order to get the results that I want. So secret number 2, how to move past your fear of being seen so you communicate your message with purpose, with clarity, and attract your ideal clients. So that's going to be tomorrow. And day 3 will be how to create your 90-day visibility strategy game plan. Okay. Now, did everybody get the worksheets? I'm just going to pause share. Did everyone get the worksheets? No? Okay, I'm going to, I don't know if I can drop. Let me see if I can attach sheets here. Okay, so I mailed them out. It doesn't look like I can attach it in here. Well, I might be able to. Hang on a second. Okay, well, I will, if you didn't get the worksheets, no worries. I will upload the worksheet to the chat or to the event at the end of today, okay? So no worries. Showing my screen. Okay. And we just had Christelle enter. Hi, Christelle. My apologies, ladies. Bear with me here.
Judy, in the chat, I just posted the link to the worksheet too. So if anyone wants them, they can click from the chat in there.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Same.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's in there.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, that works. Okay, let me make sure there's no one else coming in. Okay, ladies, so again, my goal is to basically help you really step into your power and understand why you need to show up and be seen in your business. And clearly understand that if you're visible, you'll get more clients, which of course means you'll make more revenue. Okay. So when it comes to being visible in your business, just think, you've probably heard the saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So think about how you do everything in life and then relate that to how you show up in your business. Okay. Even relating that to the challenge, and you're all here today, which is great. You know, are you going to stick it out for the 3 days? Right. And now I understand that, you know, something's come up and some people have told me that, you know, I can't attend all 3 days, and that's fine. But the point is, when you commit to doing something, just do it to the best of your ability. So that relates to when you commit to showing up online for your clients. Because just remember that every time you don't show up or every time you hold back, in a way, you're kind of denying someone an opportunity. We all have a very unique gift to share, okay? And when we don't show up, we're denying someone else the opportunity of that gift, all right? How many people agree that we all have a unique gift to share? Drop it, say yes in the chat. Say yes only if you agree. You don't have to. Heck yes, 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 yes. Yes, I see all the yeses coming in. Excellent. Okay, also, I just want to remind you, ladies, that we do have prizes. So the prizes are going to be for people who are the most engaged, okay? So I want you to participate as much as possible. So participating means participating here in the chat. It means participating in the Facebook group. At the end of the session, you're going to be giving the challenge. You're going to be given the challenge homework, and you're going to have to post it in the group. And I'll give instructions on that. So participating in the group. And the person who participates the most will get a prize each day. So the person who participates the most each day will get a prize each day. But also, in order to qualify for a free spot on my course that I'll tell you about later, and my course is valued at $19.97, you have to participate in all 3 challenges. Okay, each day. So there's a challenge per day, which is the homework, and they're very easy. Don't worry, it's nothing crazy. Okay, so in order to qualify or to be entered into a chance to win a free spot on my course valued at $19.97, you have to participate in all 3 challenges. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to tell you, just go back to kind of like where I came from. So I told you that I'm going to tell you my secrets that took me from terrified to television. So I've got a lot of stories. For those who don't know a lot about me, I'm a police officer in Toronto. I've been doing that for 24 years, and it's been quite a journey. And I started out as a single mother. My daughter is now 26. Started out as a single mother, and I went from struggling as a single mother to finding a career, the career of my dreams. And it's been just amazing. But I've had so many different challenges, just in life and on my career. Just, you can just imagine being in a male dominated field. Yeah, it wasn't easy, especially starting out as a single mother. At one point I'm married right now, but I was married before, and I had a breakdown I got divorced because it was just not a good relationship. And that was a major life change, just the way everything happened. It was really hard. It broke down my confidence, created a lot of anxiety, and it just made moving forward in so many different areas of my life very difficult. So, and I'm sorry if I jump around a bit. So back to my career, the one thing I always wanted to do in my career was I wanted to get in the canine unit, because for those of you who know me or know about my business, I've got a dog walking and pet sitting business. I absolutely love dogs. And I trained so hard to get into this canine unit, and I didn't make it. I had to do a very strenuous physical test, and I missed my time by about 30 seconds. But that was probably the best thing that never happened to me, because it actually set me on a path. And because I didn't make it into that unit, that's why I'm here now. So when I didn't get into the canine unit, to work with dogs, I decided to start my own dog walking and pet sitting business. And I went to school because I didn't know anything about business. So I went back to school while I was working, and it was hard, it was challenging, but you know what? Challenges just make you stronger. So while I was in the detective office, I went back to school. I got my business admin degree. And shortly before I graduated, I started my dog walking and pet sitting business, which is called Move Your Doggy. And just, I found this whole new world of business. And I just absolutely loved it. I loved learning. And then I also loved realizing that there's so much more outside of the walls of policing, because policing was my life, right? Well, I wouldn't say it was my life, but it was a big part of my life, and it still is. I've been there for 24 years. But I learned so much, and I was so passionate about teaching other women how they can have financial freedom and independence through owning their own business, which is what I learned. So of course, I got some coaching. I started out by going to networking events because I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anything about coaching. And then I realized, like, wow, there's a community of people here to help. And then I got into coaching. You know, I started to listen to other women talk and watch how they're doing things in their business. And I thought, I got to do what they're doing because they're successful. So I started, started having coaching, not so much doing the coaching. I started doing coaching just, a few years ago when I realized, like, I really got to teach women what I've learned. But anyway, so my very first coach, she's the one that I got to hand it to her. She's the one that got me, getting myself out there. I remember one day sitting in her office. I was terrified to post a picture of myself or a video of myself or anything online. At the time I had my website and I had my Instagram page, and I just posted pictures of, the dogs and cats and my walkers and stuff like that. But no one knew the face of the business because I refused to put myself out there. So she took my phone, and right in her office, she recorded me talking about my business. And she was like, okay, now hit send. And I was like, what? If I hit send, doesn't that mean it goes out there to everybody and everyone can see? Let me tell you how I was freaking out. But I did it. I hit send. And my biggest fear behind that was, as like a lot of these things that we heard here in the chat, being judged, not liking the way that I looked on camera, just being afraid what people would say, what people would think. Also thinking, no one wants to hear about my dog business. And why was I even thinking that? Because so many people love dogs and so many people have pets, especially now. So that was a huge step for me. It seems really simple, but someone else even believing in me and believing that I had a gift, it really, really helped. And I would say that was like the catalyst, that it just it just threw me into a whole different dimension. So now, ever since then, I thought, okay, I really want to get myself out there. I really want to get my business out there. People have to know me. People have to see me. They have to know that they want to work with me, that they trust me, that I know what I'm doing, that I know what I'm talking about. So then I started to really fully immerse myself in anything that had to do with speaking. You've probably heard about, speaking and growing your business. The best way to grow your business is to get out there and speak. So I got involved in speaking programs. I got involved in different masterminds, different events, events that included retreats, and it was all about speaking. I looked for places to speak, so different workshops. One Woman Fearless, I spoke on One Woman Fearless International stage twice. So technically I'm an international speaker. And then just local community events. And now I'm actually getting paid to speak. I have people reaching out to me offering, whatever their budget is, or I tell them, okay, this is, these are my rates for speaking. But basically people are reaching out to me and paying me to speak to their audience and to speak on stage. I also looked for opportunities to get on TV and just speak about my business. But just being on TV, it just wasn't, for some reason, it just wasn't enough for me. I had to have my own TV show. So I contacted the producer at, Rogers Television, where my show is right now. I made a pitch and she loved it. And then we had a meeting with the station manager. He loved my idea. Now I have my own TV show called At the Heart of Business. It plays on Rogers TV Durham. Now, if you had told me even 5 years ago that I was going to have my own TV show, I would have thought you were absolutely crazy. There was no way. I didn't even like speaking in front of people. But there are certain steps that I put in place. And then, I also decided to take a chance on myself and put myself out there and just change my mindset. That I was worthy, I had something to say, and I had something to offer. Okay, so right now in the chat, just on a scale of 1 to 10, I want everyone to drop it in there. See some new messages. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is no problem, I'm on top of the world, I have no issues being on TV, or sorry, not being on TV, being on video and posting it on, because not everyone wants to be on TV, and that's fine. But posting a video on any of my social media platforms, no problem. Where 1, I'm absolutely terrified, I do not want to do it. Okay, so go ahead and drop that in the chat. All right, this is great. So we've got quite a wide range here. Patty's at 10. I'm not sure who that is. Someone says no problem. Diane's a 1. Shanice is a 4. Lynn 3 to 4. Amira 10. Helen 5. Carolyn 6. Joanne 2. Erin 5. Michelle's 8. Still 2. Lois 3 to 4. Barney's a 4. Another one. 10. Sherry's a 10. Okay, so we've got quite a wide range here. All right. Thank you, ladies. I think we have. Oh, and Lynn, I love it. Okay. So Lynn says it always seems like everyone looks so perfect, and I don't. Well, Lynn, number 1, you are absolutely beautiful. So we got to change that mindset. But Diane says, okay. Yes, she does look fabulous. I love it. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I get like that too. And I'm a perfectionist, and everything's got to be perfect. Whenever I stress myself out and feel that, okay, everything's got to be perfect, I always hear my daughter's voice in the back of my head. This was many, many, many years ago. She was a child. There was something going on. And she said, Mom, you don't always have to be perfect. And I was like, what are you talking about? Of course I do. But I've learned, you know, what with changing my mindset, that whole journey that I've gone on, that I don't, because I'm not perfect and everything isn't always going to be perfect. So just accept what is. Great, ladies. Okay, let's move right along here. All right, so moving into the mindset training. Okay, so moving from stuck to six figures. All right, so at the end, I just want you to be able to understand why you're stuck and what the mindset blocks are that you have and the shifts that you need to make. Okay, and for you to understand that it's not like it's not your fault, right? A lot of our mindset, it comes from, well, like when we were children, things that happened as a child. It comes from life experiences. There's so many reasons why we have the different mindset blocks that we do have. Okay. And as you know, right now, like there's so much fear and uncertainty in the world. Okay, we all know that with the whole COVID thing, it's created a massive energy shift. So whatever fears and anxieties that you have, even though you might think it's not related, it's all related. Like everything's connected, right? So just the fact that, you know, the collective energy is just it's very unsettling. It's very uncertain. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of depression. A lot of these things, they just take a toll on us mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Okay. So I want you to think back to all your experiences, even as far back as when you were a child. Now, when we talk about being visible in our business, well, I've mentioned a few times that if you want to make money, and if you want to attract your ideal client, you have to be out there. People have to see you in order to buy from you. Okay. But whether we know it or not, we're making whatever money we feel we deserve. Okay. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the money blueprint. So basically our money blueprint, it's created from the time that you're a young age. Just think about what kind of messaging did you receive as a child, okay, when it came to money. I know a lot of the messaging I received was, we can't afford that. We don't have enough money, or that's too expensive. Okay. Without really knowing it, when we hear that, say from, you know, parents, guardians, whoever it is that raised us, they don't really realize what that's doing to us psychologically. Okay. Because we just kind of absorb everything. So especially in those first, say, 5 years of your life, you just kind of absorb all that, and it's kind of like it becomes the place from where you operate from for your entire life. And a lot of the times when you hear messaging like that, like as a young child, like, can't have that because it's, you know, it's too expensive, or we can't afford that. A lot of times what you feel or what you actually hear is, well, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of, you know, having that item, you know, or I'm not worthy of, you know, my, you know, whoever, like my parents or whoever, spending that money to get me what I want. Okay. And also these experiences also happen when it comes to feelings of self-worth. It happens in, say, well, for example, like I talked about a past relationship. Okay. That, I don't want to say it destroyed my self-worth, but it really affected it. Like that was like a big punch in the gut. Okay. So stuff like that also affects your self-worth, your confidence, and creates fear. Anything that's life altering or life changing, you're just suddenly down and out. And even something like that, something like a divorce, and I'm just using that example because that's what I went through. It can create a lot of fear because for anyone who's gone through divorce, you might know that money becomes a huge issue because all of a sudden you have none, right? So that creates a problem right there. And then, as I said, all these little experiences, it's almost like you operate from that experience, and you create beliefs about yourself that just aren't true. Okay. And they're beliefs around, self-worthiness. Okay. So again, your money blueprint. Okay. So what the messages that you heard about money, in your early years, that's stopping you from maximizing your potential. Okay. Because it goes all the way down to the core of why you're not making the money you want. Okay. And that's your belief system. And as I mentioned, your belief system, like, it impacts your confidence, not just in business, but in every single area of your life. Okay. It's very rare that you see someone completely excelling in one area of their life and the other areas of their life just are like, they're just not doing well at all. Usually whatever is happening in one area, if you're excelling in one area, you're excelling pretty much in every area. Okay. Because it's all at the core of who you are. That's where you operate from. And I often say that it's hard for people to move forward just because it's so easy just to stay stuck and to stay where you are. Okay. It's so much easier to not make a change. It's so much easier to not leave, right? It's just easier to stay where you are because that's where we're comfortable. And that's what your, I don't know if it's your subconscious, but that's just what we naturally want to do. We have these instincts built in us that want to protect us. And it's almost like that little girl or that little child that just wants to keep you safe and stops you from making a change, changing your mindset. Okay. So now let's look at some of the different mindset blocks that might be stopping you. Does everyone have their workbook? Did everyone get that link that was dropped in the chat? Sorry, I can't see you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. So if you want to just follow along on the section that says, actually, I will open mine right now. Okay, the mindset blocks. Okay, so some of the common mindset blocks. All right, inner conflicts. So when you're experiencing inner conflicts, you want to do something, but you're feeling internal resistance to it. If you could just get out of your own way, you'd be more successful. You do all the right things, but you don't get the right results. There's something that you want to do, be, or feel, but your behavior doesn't support it, or it even contradicts it. You get the same results no matter what strategies you try. There's an upper limit on your success that you just can't break past. Does anyone feel that? I have felt that so often. I'm just like, why can I not get past this? Why can I not, do more? Or why can I not get a different result? Yeah, I think that's very common. And you also feel like you have a mountain of untapped potential, but you can't unlock it. Does anyone else ever feel that? Yes, no? Yeah, for sure. Okay, good. Okay, so those are the mindset blocks. So if you're feeling any of that, that's inner conflict. That's one major block. Another one, shame. Okay. And you're probably thinking, I don't have anything to be ashamed of. But we feel a lot, often we'll feel shame without even really knowing it. So these are some of the things that will indicate that you feel shame. Okay. You feel like you're not confident enough, good enough, smart enough, experienced enough to be as successful as you want. You feel that you need to prove that you are, like you constantly have to prove that you are enough. You're in your head a lot and you overanalyze your past. You're overly critical of yourself whenever you make a mistake or you don't get the result that you want from your business, relationships, or social media. A good example of social media, which is just brutal. And I used to fall into this trap. I didn't get enough likes on my post. Don't we, like, everyone, come on, let's admit it. It's stressed you out at one point, right? Like, man, I didn't get enough likes on that post. What the heck? And I'll give a perfect example. Not that I feel shame about it, but one of my least favorite platforms is LinkedIn, because I go there and it's like I'll get like 2 likes on a post. I'm like, what the hell? Who is on here? And it drives me nuts. Because we just want that validation. We want to feel we want to feel the likes. We want to feel the love, right? Meanwhile, I'll post the same thing on like Facebook and I'll get like 100 likes. It's weird. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. But the point is, it's like, oh, I want people to like my stuff. Okay. Another indication that you may be feeling shame is you're overly critical of other people, whether you voice it or not. No matter how well you think you hide your criticism, people can feel your judgments and may get triggered by them. That could be like if you have a team, anyone that you collaborate with in business, maybe even clients. And your clients might feel a little uneasy, unsafe, not trusting you. And people might even want to keep their distance from you. Okay. Another thing that indicates shame, which I know we've all done, is when you're constantly comparing yourself to others and feeling bad about yourself when you do. Been there, done that, and not so much now, but when I first got into the social media world, not so much business, because I was never really into social media before I got into business, but I was on the platforms and I just thought, oh man, like look at this person's life, and like they seem like they're doing awesome. And it's just I learned real quick that people what you see on social media is not what's actually going on in their lives. So I learned that real quick. But there have been times when I've had to take a break from social media just because it's like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with it. Like reading all this stuff makes me feel like I'm not worthy. So I just take a break. Okay. I'm just trying to keep up with the chats here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see Lynn, and then you see so many others getting tons and tons of likes. I know. Drives me nuts. Michelle says, feeling like I'm not experienced enough is one I feel, but I also don't recognize my experience or validate it. Yes. Yep. Yeah, see? It says bang on. We've all been there. Okay, another indication that you're feeling shame. You try to please people all the time. You want to be a people pleaser. And you say yes when you want to say no. And you don't set boundaries. One thing I had to learn really fast in business is setting boundaries, especially with clients, because I was going to lose my sanity. You have to set boundaries and don't let people take advantage of you, because they will. Okay, especially if they see that you're too nice. Okay, don't let people take advantage of you. Set boundaries. Boundaries are so important. Otherwise, you'll get so frustrated just trying to please everybody. Okay, also seeking validation from others, and you're sensitive to their judgments of you. Okay. And you get locked in self-criticism, loathing, self-pity, to the point where you're frozen. You don't want to do anything. You're not being productive because you're too afraid to move. All right. So another mind block, fear of failure and success. Now, it sounds crazy. Fear of success. Why would you be afraid of success? Well, I think being afraid of success, it makes sense, because when you're successful, it changes things, right? And it's just so much easier for us to stay the same. Okay. So fear of failure and success, you're overly critical of yourself if you make a mistake. Even though you may want to play on big stages and take big risks or go for what you want, you still play it too safe and create a massive change. So you want to go big, but you're just like, you don't want to do what's required to get there, because it's scary. It's not safe, right? Like it's not safe for you. Like it's not safe for that, that 5-year-old little child. Worry about things going wrong, even though all the information you have points to the contrary. You have a hard time of letting go of mistakes that you've made. And that's something that I struggled with a lot. Just letting go. Just let it go. You made a mistake. You did what you did. You did what you did do, and you didn't do what you didn't do. Move on. And also learn just to forgive yourself and have some compassion. Okay? We're not perfect. We're all on a journey, and we're trying to find our way. And mistakes, the way I see it is, mistakes are just an opportunity to learn, and an opportunity to learn how not to do something. So mistakes are actually good. And perfectionism, we talked about perfectionism. And when things go wrong, when things go or could go very well, you sabotage yourself. How many people have done that? I have, absolutely. Okay. Another mind block is, has anyone ever heard of working in your zone of genius versus, no? Okay. Versus working in your zone of expertise? All right. So there was a book by Gay Hendricks called The Big Leap, and he identifies 4 different zones of function, 2 of which are the zone of genius and the zone of excellence. So the zone of excellence, it's the mastery of that which already exists. It's building out other people's pre-existing needs and ideas. The zone of genius is the mental state in which you actually thrive. So it's right along that same concept of stay in your lane. When you're working in your zone of expertise, like you do well, like you're very experienced, you know what you're doing. But where you're actually thriving, where you feel like you're living, where you feel like you're contributing, where you're making a difference, that's your zone of genius. And if you're not working in your zone of genius, you will feel so out of alignment, which stops you from being productive and which stops you from moving forward and making changes. Okay. So if you're not working in your zone of genius, you will be chronically exhausted. You might enjoy your work, but you'll be tired. Okay. You enjoy most of your work, but you don't love it. You spend very little time doing what you truly love, and turns you on in comparison to everything else you do. Okay. You're not working in your zone of genius if you do as much as you can by yourself, especially projects you enjoy or could learn without much effort instead of choosing the tasks that fall into your zone of genius and delegating as much as possible of everything else. Okay. Also, you haven't carefully thought about the differences between the tasks you're good at and enjoy and the tasks you're abnormally good at and love. So there is a huge difference. And one thing I also teach clients is delegating tasks, building a team, and also, sourcing out work. When you're building a business, what you need to do is you need to focus, stay in your zone of genius. You need to focus on the stuff that you're good at and the stuff that you're not so good at that's going to take you so much time to figure out and that you just don't like to do, outsource it. I see some comments here. Someone's asking you about slides. No, I'm just talking. Okay, so Michelle says, Lynn, maybe you need to offload some of the smaller pieces you're doing to help you focus on the bigger parts. It's a transition itself, but it will help you in the long run. Oh, and Lynn says, I feel like I'm doing so much work now. The thought of being successful will need so much more work. So how will I be able to do it? Oh, okay, that's really good. Lynn, thank you so much for bringing that up, because as I mentioned, there's fear of failure, but there's also fear of success. And I feel it myself too, right? Like, I feel like, okay, so if I'm successful at this, it's just, number one, it's going to be change. And number two, it could be more work. But as Michelle said, and as I was saying, you need to kind of offload that, outsource. So when I'll go back to my dog business, because that was my first real big business where I learned. It was like I call it my business sandbox. It's where I learned so much. I learned real fast that I don't like social media. Okay. And I need to offload that. I had someone doing my social media for about 4 years. And then I finally took it on myself, because then I got to learn social media. I got to learn about showing up and being online and stuff like that. So I was able to handle it myself. Okay. I'm not saying that it's still it's my zone of genius, but I can do it now. No problem showing up. It's great. But when I started out, I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't, because I was just trying to learn how to build a business. I didn't need to spend time figuring out social media strategies, right? So anything that you're not good at, or that you don't have time for, outsource it. And I'm all about building a team. I couldn't have built my business to 6 figures if I was just working in my business alone. I had to build a team. I had to leverage my time. So I built a team of dog walkers, because there was no way I could possibly, well, I mean, working a full-time job too, but there was no way that I could possibly work and walk all these, all my clients' dogs and stuff. So I thought, I got to build a team, right? But even that was frightening, because without even realizing it at the time, I created this monster of a business. Like it just grew and grew, and it's still growing. See, and that's, I mean, now I'm used to that kind of success. So it's not, that doesn't scare me, but you're looking back, even a couple years, it's like, oh my gosh, where's this going to go? Can I handle it? Like, success can be scary. And yeah, Lynn, we can talk about ways to move past that for sure. Okay, last thing, burnout. And we've all been there. I know I've been there. Okay, so burnout. You have an unusually hard time focusing, staying patient, dealing with fires that you have to put out in your business all the time, problem solving, being productive. Okay, there's a big difference between being busy and being productive. Okay, and if you're just busy and you're not productive, you're burning out, because you're just like, you're spinning your tires. And it's so like, oh my goodness, it is so easy to get there. Okay, learning, thinking clearly, dealing with stress, managing anxiety, handling overwhelm, or you're feeling emotionally imbalanced and ungrounded. You can't seem to get yourself back to normal. You get upset You're emotional, you're impatient, you're stressed, you're anxious. And the resistance to being productive is so great. You feel like you can't do anything. So it's just easier to do nothing, or just to stay busy where you're not really focused on any goals. You're just looking like you're doing stuff, right? But it's not moving your business forward. You wish you could drop everything and escape. I'm sure everyone's felt like that. You think about the day to day, you think about the day, with dread. Like you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh God, or you're just not excited to get out of bed. Like you should be, if you are so committed to your business and love it and everything's running smoothly, you should be so excited to jump out of bed and serve or do whatever it is that you do in your business. Okay. And often when we're feeling burnt out, we'll take it out on people. Okay. And it's usually the people that are closest to us. I'm just going back and forth here between my material and the comments. All right. Let's see, Carolyn says, I hate social media. Well, we're going to change that, Carolyn. Lynn says, I also find that it's a struggle to be on social media as me and integrating my business as part of who I am without looking like I'm pushing my business. Oh my goodness, Lynn. If I got a solution for you. We'll fix that as well. This is great. I love this, ladies. This is why we're here. Great point. Busy or productive. Helen says, yes, you can escape. However, you got to come back and continue your business. I'm so glad that you brought that up, Helen, because one thing that I teach clients about building a business is that, well, I talk about the different type of business owner you are. So if you're the type of business, and there's different, I don't want to get into what my other presentation is, but there's different categories of business owners, like, you know, the manager, the entrepreneur, the owner. And now if you are a true business owner, if you can say, go away on vacation and come back and everything is just running fine, right? Like you should be able to go away on vacation and your business is running smoothly, because either you have people running the business or you have systems in place to run your business. Okay. Now it's good to have both, because the systems run the business and people run the systems. Okay. But that's another presentation, but I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's another thing. I hear business owners, I just can't get away. Or if I get away, you know, I'll lose clients, or, you know, I'm away, I'm on the beach and I'm on my phone responding to messages. When you go on vacation, you need to be on vacation. It's healthy to disconnect from your business. Okay. But as I said, that's another presentation that I would love to show you ladies sometime. Okay, and a lot of what you're experiencing with your mindset, it's not your fault. Okay, these are just the ways that we experience these things, because it's just the way our brain is wired, and it happens from past conditioning or our upbringing. Okay, as I mentioned, past experiences, we create stories based on our past experiences. We create, like, something happened, and then from what happened, we create a story about ourselves that just isn't true. Okay. And many of the stories that so many women, I'm just saying women because my focus is mainly on, you know, helping women. So many women create the same story. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. And it's just the I'm not good enough. Like that seems to be probably the most common story. Okay. Can everyone just drop in the chat? What is the story that you have created about yourself? and I already named a couple. Like, I'm not good enough. That is a story that has been playing in the background my whole life. Okay, we all struggle with it. Oh, I see. Diane said you get derailed. Yes. Derailed by outside responsibilities, and that happens. And that's a matter of setting priorities, saying no. Okay, so the stories. Okay, I'm not good enough. It's my top one from Helen. Joanne, it's so hard, I will never learn enough. Oh. Yeah, that's a good one. Carolyn says, taught not to call attention to myself as a child, and it's so ingrained in my day-to-day life. Very difficult to learn that. Yes, Carolyn. Oh my goodness. This is awesome, ladies. I love it because it helps me to gauge where you're at. Okay. Lynn says, I was told you're not very bright, are you, when I was younger? Yeah, there's a story around it, but I still believe it. Yeah. Like, Lynn, yeah, thank you for sharing that, because there's a lot of things that, you know, we're told as children, and it sticks. And of course, if you're a child and someone's saying you're not very bright, like, children, they trust adults, they trust us. And we say stuff like that to them. And they're like, oh, it must be true. And the thing is, when we say stuff like that to children, it's like that becomes who they are in their beliefs. And then they operate from that position. I'm not good enough. I'm not bright. I'm not smart. I'm not pretty. And it sticks with them their whole life. And just think of the things that we can say to them that will set them up for success, right? And the thing is, whatever your story is right now, it doesn't have to be that way forever. You can change that story. It's completely up to you. So, talking about stories, as I said, we operate from that. It's like a filter that's placed on us, okay? That imposter syndrome. I'm sure so many people have heard of imposter syndrome. And it causes us to play the comparison game. Okay, still going to the chat here. Sorry, ladies, I'm bouncing back and forth because I want to hear what you have to say. I love it. The engagement is fantastic. Okay, just about everything that else. All right, I'm not worthy. Everyone has a much better handle on their business. But others won't think or see how amazing I am since I hold back from saying so. True. Barbara, not feeling supported. Patty, who's going to want to work with me? There's so many others doing the same thing. Yes, we feel that all the time. And what I like to really, really emphasize to people is that no one's business is unique, but you are, right? You are unique. So people want to buy from you. So then you just have to figure out, you know, how to uniquely present what you have to offer. Okay, I'm told I never stick with anything. Taken serious. Shall why me? What would make me better than someone else in my field when there are so many other people doing the same? Yeah, exactly. Same thing. Christelle, interesting. I'm a French speaker and I keep saying that language is a barrier to express myself perfectly. Very interesting. Okay, good. Lynn, wow, I'm getting emotional seeing. Aw, Lynn, you're so sweet. And see, this is why I love this engagement, because we're here sharing in a safe space. And it's also so important for everyone to see and understand that you're not alone. Okay. I know this, but I have to remind myself every day, because every day I feel like, oh, man, I'm so tired of being alone in my business, but I'm not, you know, or if I'm really struggling with something, mentally or emotionally, I feel alone. But as you ladies can see, no one's alone. We're all going through the same thing, having the same feelings. And some days you might feel great, like you're on top of the world. Other days you feel so defeated, but that's normal. Helen, it's like blowing out a candle and then the person has a hard time lighting up again. Exactly. Oh, wow. I'm not sure who that is, but it says, in college, my teacher said, you're going to get fired for sure. Yeah. I had a teacher in, I think it was grade 9, is a science teacher. Yeah, she was determined. She's like, she told my parents, she didn't tell me. She told my parents that I'll never pass her class. Like, it's almost like she was determined for me to fail. Like I wasn't the best in science, but I wasn't that terrible. Just the way she made me sound is just like, wow, this is what a teacher is saying. But it's amazing. People that have authority over us telling us stuff like that. It's so destructive. And I don't know if they mean anything by it. Maybe they do, but they just don't realize the damage that it's doing. Shalisa says, I'm rough around the edges, so I work hard at trying to find myself all the time. Makes social media extra hard. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for sharing, ladies. Okay. So just going back to, yeah, so when you have like inner conflict, it's not your fault, because it's your conscious mind and subconscious mind at war. It causes you to feel uneasy or out of alignment. When your mind, body, and spirit don't agree, you get stuck. It causes you to feel like you're not living your life's purpose. Your conscious mind controls how you think, behave, and what you're capable of. Your subconscious mind controls your deepest thoughts, beliefs, emotions, behaviors, habits, reactions, how you see yourself, and your belief in your abilities. Okay. It's not your fault when you're feeling shame, because you feel that there's something wrong with you. You feel like you're defective or broken, inadequate, unacceptable, or not good enough. And it's hard to focus and make decisions and problem solve. Okay. And it can also cause you, as I mentioned before, it causes you to be like a people pleaser. But again, none of this is your fault, because it comes from starting with your subconscious mind. All right. And then failure. When you it's not your fault to be afraid of failing, especially nowadays. We want to be successful. There's a lot of people that are leaving like their full-time career and they're starting a business. Of course, you're going to have fear of failure. And based on past experiences, you were taught that failure is not good. Okay. And you know what? It's all about shifting your perspective. Failure, it can be an opportunity to learn. It really can be. Okay. It can be an opportunity to see how not to do something. But then it also makes you stronger. It makes you wiser, more knowledgeable in that specific area. Okay. So never be afraid of failure. Like you're gonna have to fail. And for those of us who are perfectionists, that's something that can be hard to accept, but it's just, it's just a reality. So if you continue to live with these same mindset blocks, you're going to suffer from intense anxiety, stress, depression. Okay. You're going to continue to compare yourself to others in an unconscious attempt to find something that will make you feel better about yourself. You're not going to push yourself hard enough or push yourself to the limit. And you're going to continue to stay small and safe. And you're going to continue to sabotage yourself if that's one of your habits. And looking at, when we go back to the zone of genius and the zone of expertise, if you spend too much time in your zone of expertise rather than in your zone of genius, it's going to slow you down. It's going to slow you from growth in your business. Focus on the things that drive you. If you're at a point in your business where you feel like you're stuck, you need to take a look at which zone you're spending most of your time in. And if you're feeling burnout, you need to again look at the inner conflicts, look at the shame you're feeling, look at which zone you're playing in. Otherwise, you're just gonna burn out, spin yourself in circles, and you'll just completely shut down. Okay. I've seen it where people burn out to the point that they end up in the hospital. I feel like sometimes I've almost gotten there because I do a lot. And I think a lot of the reason why I do a lot is just because I'm just kind of crazy that way. And I think I have a little bit of ADHD, but that's okay. But as I get older, I'm slowing down. I can feel it. I'm slowing down, and I just want to slow down. I just want to relax and, you know, just enjoy life and be stress free. All right. So in order to create something new, you have to come from a space of empty and meaningless. Okay. You have to understand that nothing means anything until you put a meaning to it. You have to release past conditioning and beliefs about yourself if you want to create something new. You have to know that you have the power to create anything you want in life through your thoughts, in your words, in your actions. So you have to dream for passionate change in your life. Be a visionary about your life and your business. You won't achieve your dreams until you grow into the person who can achieve these dreams and goals and desires. So what are your goals in your business? Are your goals to, like, if you're working, say, a full-time job, do you want to have the courage to leave your job? A job that puts food on the table but doesn't feed your soul? Or same thing with your business. Are you running a business that feeds your soul? Sorry, just looking. Okay, is your dream to get more clients? Is it to have 50% increase in sales or revenue? Are you dreaming to have, like, get your dream home if you're not in it, or your dream vehicle? So I'll just tell you a quick story. So years ago, I drive a pickup truck. I'm just a truck girl. I'm such a tomboy at heart. And years ago, I got tired of having a small vehicle that wasn't practical to my needs. And then I decided that I needed a pickup truck, and I put it on my vision board. And with all my heart, I knew that one day I'd be driving this pickup truck. Okay. Now I'm actually on my second pickup truck. My first one, I had it for 2 years and then I decided, I love this. I'm going to upgrade. So I'm on my second high-end, fully loaded pickup truck. I know it's kind of weird because most people dream of a Mercedes or BMW. As I said, I'm a true tomboy and I absolutely love trucks. Okay, it's a nice vehicle, and it wasn't cheap, but I believed that I could have that truck. And even though and this is kind of like, it's an analogy on a smaller scale. I needed to become a person who would be able to drive or who would be able to afford the vehicle that I got. Okay. I couldn't have something I wanted with the same mindset and thinking as a person who, like, say from 5 years ago, who desired that. I had to go through changes, and a lot of it was just feeling worthy. As I said before, I heard a lot of messaging as a child. It's too expensive, can't afford it. And when it came to getting this truck, my dream vehicle, those messages came back. Too expensive, can't afford it. I don't know if you're worthy of this. See, it plays out in every single area of your life, but you have the power to change that. Okay, and become the person that you need to be to achieve your dreams. Another quick story. Oh, my girl Erin's here. So another quick story. I went to a vision board workshop at my friend Erin's house. And I am, as I told her before, I am so grateful she held this workshop because it started something. So I created this dream board, and it was always my dream to have a beach house or just a house on a beach somewhere. I didn't know where it was going to be. I didn't know when, but it didn't matter, because when you have a dream or you have a vision, your only job is to have that vision. It's not your job to worry about the how or the when or the where. You just have to put it out there to the universe. I had no idea how it was going to happen, but I just knew in my heart that it would. Less than a year later, I own a beach house. It's in New Brunswick, and we are right on the water. It's like, my husband and I bought it just in June. It's like, it's my happy place. It's where I go to. It's like, it feeds my soul. Like, the water is right there. It's in a beautiful area. Before I went to this workshop that Erin held, did I even picture this? No. Like, I thought about it years ago. Oh, yeah. Like, I'd love to have a beach house. But I put it there on my board, and I looked at it every day. And yet, less than a year later, I had a beach house. I became the person that I needed to be to make that happen. It changed my mindset. If I was still that person that believed those messages that I received as a child, can't afford it, no, it's too much money, then I wouldn't have a beach house. Okay. The point of my stories is that once you really start believing in your heart and become the person you need to be to achieve your goals, every thought, word, and action will be a step in the direction of your goals. Without even knowing it, you will create a new realm of what's possible for you in your life. Create the vision of who you want to be, not who people say or think you should be. Picture yourself as a picture of success. Okay. Actually, let's do this as a quick exercise. So I just want everyone, just close your eyes. Okay. And I want you to picture yourself as a picture of success. In this picture, what are you wearing? Just really picture it. Put yourself in that moment. Who are you with? Just think of who you want to surround with. Who you want to surround yourself with. Be the best version of you. What do you see in the background? Do you see your dream home, your dream vehicle, your dream vacation? How do you sound? You sound like someone who is confident, fearless, powerful, influential. What types of things are you saying to yourself? Even to your loved ones? What kind of conversations are you having? And who's in your circle? Who is it that you picture in your circle, your support, your community? All right. Open your eyes. Perfect. So think, is what you're doing and saying now going to get you where you want to go? If the answer is no, then you have to stop, think, dream big, then take the appropriate action. If the answer is no, then it's time to make a change. Okay. I'm just looking at the messages. Oh, thank you, Helen. I'm glad. Sometimes it just really helps to get that vision. I saw everything clearly. Just have to make it happen. Yes, thank you. Yeah, who else wants to share? Like what were your thoughts? What came up? The first step in making a change is awareness. Okay, so now that you're aware, does anyone want to share what kind of things came up during that little visualization? No, that's okay. Then it was hard to envision, but I felt at peace and happy. Okay. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Joanne says, I picture myself meeting like-minded creative women for lunch at a beautiful waterfront restaurant. Beautiful. And discussing business goals. Carolyn, I'm a writer and involved with an arts organization. I saw a gorgeous home office, my boyfriend cooking. It's awesome. A nice property where I live with my sister boyfriend, I'm an agent, and I'm writing a chapter for a book. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful vision, Carolyn. Love it. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to write that down. And put that on, yeah. Put something that looks like an arts organization, a gorgeous home, and put people, like, create a vision board. Like, that is beautiful. You need to create a vision board because it will happen. I saw Aaron had made a comment. Sorry, Aaron, I didn't get to read all your comments, but oh yeah, there it is. Yes, my vision board did work for me. Yeah, and I put it in my office and it's right on my wall over there and I look at it all the time. I need to update it though. So Aaron, it's time to hold another workshop. Okay. Okay, ladies. All right, so just got a couple more things here before we go. All right, so does anyone have any quick questions about what we covered today? If you do, just you can either drop it in the chat or you can raise your hand to speak. Carolyn, go ahead. I'm just
Yeah, I just have like because I do so many different things, I think sometimes it's hard to focus. So, and I don't know, because I mean, you obviously do different things as well. So how did you, I guess, categorize everything?
what you mean, like organize?
Yeah, organize, like, because you know, you have your full-time job, you do your business. Like I'm a writer, I help with an arts organization. I also do lectures. So it's like all this compartmentalization. And then sometimes I find it's hard to focus on basically on one part of the business. So, and then I also do copywriting for, like, you know, like a fast buck. So like, it's
Yeah.
just, I've got many plates spinning, I guess. I'm sure everybody else does. So sometimes I find it hard to focus. And I think like the list you gave, like the inner conflicts, the shame, the fear of failure, all of those, I think it also kind of, it's helping me kind of reorganize things in my head. But then like, how fast does that come, I guess? I don't know how to word it, but it just seems like, I guess one thing comes up, another thing comes up. So it's, I guess, the juggling.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of really getting organized and prioritizing things. So also delegating stuff and outsourcing. So if you're, like you said, that you do copywriting, you know, maybe that's something, a service that you can offer, but you can actually outsource that. You know, so that's something, like, if you feel you can. I don't know much about copywriting, so I'm not sure how much you can outsource that. But time blocking is huge. And for me, you know, working my full-time job, I've got so many days. So on my days off, like I work either 4 or 5 days in a row and they're 12-hour days. And on my days off, like on those days that I'm working, I don't get a lot done, but on my days off, I just, like, I'm just booked solid. Like, whether it be doing business, revenue generating activities, meeting with clients, you know, also with my dog business, I manage staff, you know, and I actually have, I have help, and I have to have help. Well, Michelle, everyone can see Michelle Scott. She's my online business manager. She's like the best online business manager, so organized. She's awesome. So Michelle helps me with so much. But what I really learned is to delegate. That's a big thing. Delegate, time blocking, planning. I have my yearly goals, break them down monthly, weekly, by the day. So you have to really map everything out. Like I've got, well, you can't see it now, but I've got like those big sheets of like those flip sheet papers that stick. They stick on my wall here. I always have stuff written all over that. I've got a big whiteboard in front of me. So that's, I mean, without going like too deep, because that's like a whole different workshop, but that's basically how I manage my time. But I would say the two key things are delegating and outsourcing. Because if you try to do everything, oh my goodness, you'll drive yourself insane. So yeah, that was a great question though. Thank you. I'm just going back to the chat here. It says, wow, I'm getting to know myself again and dig deep to moving forward. Think, oh, that's so sweet. An animal sanctuary has always been one of my dreams, Patty. That's awesome. All right. Okay, so before we go, I just want to, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. I just want to, because I mentioned that the most engaged people will win prizes every day. So I will announce it in the Facebook group. I'm also going to give you our challenge homework. But before I do that, I also want to drop a link in the chat to, give me a second, my sales page. So as I mentioned, in order to be entered in a chance to win a free spot on my course, everyone's got to be engaged and you have to do the homework or the challenges for all 3 days. Okay, so let's just take a look here. I'm going to open up the sales page and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can everyone see my screen? That's not it. Sorry, give me a sec. All right, ladies. Okay, so course that I have. So are you ready to get visible, stand out, and be the authority in your industry? Okay, are you ready to come out of hiding and be the face of your business? So on this
The
course,
screen is still, it's still blank.
oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. Sorry. Can you see it now? Really? Oh, okay. Do it one more time.
Not yet.
Can you see it now?
We just have a message saying that Judith Tate has started screen sharing.
But it's still working.
That's odd. You don't see it? You still don't see it? Okay, let me try. I'm sorry, ladies, I do not know. It's not happening. How about now? Really?
Sim-
That is. Someone said to check my screen share settings. Did you guys see when I was sharing earlier, the slide? Yeah, so I know that I can share.
I didn't see any screen share since the beginning.
Yeah. I only shared a few. Okay. Anyways, well, I'm sorry. Okay, well, I will just talk about it. Okay. I'm just, it says screen sharing, but I just have it up right now, even though you guys can't see it. I'm sorry. So my course is called the Visibility Authority Accelerator. Okay. Unlocking the secrets to becoming a 6-figure lady boss. It's a 6-week course. It's all online, 6-week live group program created to help you go from feeling fearful, uncertain, and a lack of confidence to being visible in your business and in front of your ideal client. You're feeling empowered and able to communicate your message with confidence and clarity to your ideal client on any digital or live platform that will enable you to start increasing your income, enrolling clients, getting customers, and sales. Okay, so with this course, what you're going to learn, so it's 6 weeks. On week 1, you're going to learn how to create, set up, and optimize your social media platforms so you can create raving fans ready to snatch up their wallets, ready to pay you. Okay, week 2, you're going to learn how to create cash generating live events on your social media platforms that will get you sales calls booked and people reaching out for more. Week 3, you're going to learn how to host a successful and an engaging Zoom meeting. Because everything's on Zoom now. So if you're not using Zoom or just online, it doesn't necessarily have to be Zoom, but basically a virtual meeting. Okay, this is where business is. Like with this pandemic, we've been able to do business with people on the other side of the world, which is amazing. Week 4, you're going to create your own marketing machine to maximize visibility. Week 5, you're going to create a press release to let the media know what's happening in your business. This is one thing. It's free advertising that I've done. I don't know how many people do this. I don't think it's something you do often or you see people doing often, but it's free advertising for your business. It's great. That's actually what started me into on the road to getting my own TV show. Just started from a press release. And what's included with that? 5 live virtual lessons, 1 live hot seat coaching call, supporting content, and I'm going to give you templates, and you're going to have access to a private Facebook community. 2 amazing bonuses: self-care. There's going to be a module on self-care and mindset valued at $497, and another bonus, how to network like a boss, also valued at $497. Okay. So invest in your lady boss with one-time payment of $297 Canadian. Okay, this course is valued at $1997, but I'm offering it today for $297 Canadian. So that's 6 weeks of access to me through this course. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so pumped. And you're going to get a lot. And as I said, you're going to have great content. I'm going to give you templates and private Facebook group. I'm enjoying our Facebook group right now, the Lady Boss community. It seems like we've got a lot of women in there. So just think of even a smaller group of women supporting you and cheering you on. All right, so one-time payment of $297. I dropped the link. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share because you guys can't see it anyway. Okay. Okay, I'm dropping the link in the chat once again. There's the link if you want to grab it and open up the page. All right, so let's get to the challenge or the homework. I don't really like to call it homework. I like to call it a challenge. Okay, so the challenge for today is you're going to post in the Facebook group. So based on what we talked about today and the mindset shifts and the mind blocks that we have to let go of, what are you willing to release and let go of, and why? So I'm going to type that. Okay, so what, and I'll also post it in the group. What mindset shifts are you willing to release? Go of, and why? Okay, so that's the challenge homework. And it's a challenge because a lot of times we don't even want to really acknowledge stuff, right? It's just easier just to just ignore it, right? And it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to put it down on paper. So I will create red. Oh, and then also use the hashtag challenge completed. Okay, so when you're doing your post, use the hashtag challenge completed. Okay, and I will create a challenge homework post in the group right after we get off this call. And then you can just post it there. All right, any other questions? No? Okay, ladies, well, you're welcome, Helen. Thank you so much for joining me. So tomorrow is day 2. I'm not sure if everyone's registered, but you'll be receiving an email just as a reminder. And yeah, tomorrow we're going to be looking at day 2, and I went over what we're going to cover on day 2. So I'm super excited to see you guys there, and I'm just so grateful that you're here, and everyone was really engaged today. So I just absolutely love it. So thank you, ladies, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.